At the television all over the world, any documentary about Pompeii, they always show you the cast and the erotical section over here. These are the two most important attractions. And how were those buildings called 2,000 years ago? Lupanare. So in here really we're supposed to call them a prostitute, but I don't think that they were prostitutes because they were slaves obliged to do this work. So I'm going to tell them to call them girls. Those girls were called the lupe, she-wolf, because mostly of the people here were foreigners, and practically, imagine me 2,000 years ago arriving over here, selling some product, having some money, and I want to try to find those girls. But I'm a foreigner. I can't. Why? I have asked. I can't ask him. I can't ask him. Sorry, where is the brothel? So practically, those girls, obliged by the owner, they were staying on the top of the window, calling the men with the voice of the she-wolf. So what's happened? I walk past, I hear those girls, I know what's going on because stupid I'm not. I arrive over there, I pay an entrance fee. You are going to see original 5 rooms with 5 stone beds where it was some straw to protect the delicate parts. So I arrive, I pay an entrance fee, I choose a girl that I like or the one that is free at the moment, and I have another problem. How can I communicate? So what are you going to see in there? 5 rooms, but on the top of the room, 7 frescoes, 6 very well preserved paintings representing different positions of love. I took the girl, I point, and I don't think I need to explain the rest. A way of communication between people speaking different languages. I arrive here, I pay, I point, that's it. Of course, they discover 12 brothels around Pompeii. Mostly of the other brothels, there are no more the frescoes. They cut the frescoes and they brought to the museum in Naples. I need to be honest with you, they are much better preserved than those ones, but they are in a room, like an exhibition. So practically, they are nice, but you don't realize the real position on which they were. Here, they left it in their original position, so they restore and they keep them there, so that you are able to see really how it worked 2,000 years ago. That's the point where everybody is waiting. The way of preservation is really excellent. They rebuild the roof in order to give you the idea how it was. Normally it's a line. We let you go through, but normally it's a line.
Lewis.
If you do that in your country, hey, try in England to pass in front of a line.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm standing here.
So I hope that everybody understood what's the
Audio.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ah, thank you. Bye. How can I say no to this nice colleague?
Hey, coffee every single day.
And what is also important in those places is that we are going to be able to enter. You can take pictures of those frescoes, but please, always on the painting with no flash, because the flash ruins the painting itself. So we are going to see the 5 room with 5 little stone beds, where it was some straw, so the beds are still original. We are going to see that the Romans were little, because the beds are more or less 5 feet, so very, very small. We are going to see that it was an inexpensive place, was not a luxury one, if you understand what I mean, presto. And no doors, so very little privacy. There are some tents, but you can hear the noise and so on. And of course, this road was one way and was already very, very busy. Later we are going to see at the side the erosion. Oh, they changed their mind. Very good.
Oh, okay.
We see Thank you. Very nice. 3 minutes, Thank you. Very nice, isn't it? Yeah, those people they need to do. They come for sure from Rome. They need to go to Capri, and so maybe they have meeting point. If we come 5 minutes later, Jeff is not going to be upset with us. Important is that we show you the nicest place, because as I usually say, with those frescoes, it's never too late to learn something new. Huh? I repeat, if you call those one painting is correct. If you call them frescoes, it's more precise. A fresco, it's a wall painting when the stucco was still wet, so that the stucco and the painting dry together. Remember that it's true that all this was below 40 feet of ash, but it's also true that the ash is porous, so the water go through and so on. So if there will not be minerals, they will not arrive until our days. Mostly of those frescoes are in red, cinnabar red, mercury, and of course poison. That's why many slaves, when they paint, they get also poison. Huh? You can see they have rebuilt the superior floor over there in order to show you where those girls standing out of the balcony. Before that, you asked me, in the Roman time they had condom. They were the interior of lamb. Sometimes they break, so those girls need to be pregnant. If there were boys born by the age of 5 or 6, they were already sold on the slave market.
Wow.
If there were girls by the age of 9 or 10, they continued the activity of the mother. I don't want to excuse them, but remember that the life was much shorter. So sorry to use those terms, but they tried to use those girls as soon as possible to get a better income. So it was not fantastic to be a slave. Slaves were from all over the Mediterranean Sea. The Roman took slaves from all over, and also locals, because, for example, in Pompeii, the Roman entered in the year 80 BC, and the ocean didn't fight. So when the Roman entered, then you become a Roman. If you fight against the Roman, and the Roman win, you become a slave. We walk piano piano ahead. Look at the chariot line erosion over here. So you know that was already a busy street. And on the right, you are going to see a cat, and he is the symbol of Pompeii. Lince is called. And this is the division that I mentioned before, Reg mean region, Ins mean insula. 100 years ago, they divide the city in different regions, different islands, so that the people on their own, like the gentleman over here, with a map, it can go through the city thanks to this division. It's not original. And I don't know if you can imagine, when I come out of the brothel, I'm thirsty. That's why right opposite to the brothel, where you see Lince, the cat here, the mascot of the brothel, is over here. We charge €1 each picture. You are able to see that you have a shop, because it's the line on the floor. Which kind of shop? A bar. Drinks. Latin, thermopolio. I tell you in Latin, not to show that I speak Latin, I don't speak Latin, but thermos, we still use them now. What you do in a thermos? You store drinks, and they keep the temperature that you wish. So the counter here, ladies and gentlemen, where Lince is original, the counter, and there you have a jar in terracotta. You store the drinks in there. Terracotta is thermic. If you put cold drinks, they keep fresh. If you put hot drinks, they keep warm. Cold drinks was a drink water or apricot juice, because Pompeii was famous for the apricots, chrysos. And you can't hear me?
No.
Hi.
And hot drinks were the wine with several aroma inside. Like they sell in Germany, the glue wine in the winter, the vin brûlé in France at the Christmas market. Lince is here. Is always...
There, he put his head up.
When you walk past, sorry if I repeat, the marble is all original.
Hi, Lynch.
You can see a counter entirely preserved.
Good kitty.
Next group is us. You are going to enter in there. When you enter in there on the right, you are going to see also a fresco representing the god Priapus. He was the god of the man fertility, so he has a big phallus, symbol of fertility, nothing pornographic. The man's sex in the Roman time was a symbol against evil eye, a lucky charm. Okay, sir, don't feel inferior. He was a god. Could be. And then all the other frescoes that I just mentioned. You enter from one side and you come out from the other, as I told you before.